I'm Baerbel Dorbeck-Jung. I'm part of the Res Agora project, and I have a chair at the University of Twente on regulation and technology with a focus on nanotechnologies and advanced medical technologies.
With this chair, you probably have quite a lot of experience on what the concept of responsible research and innovation means. Could you tell us what you think this is about?
I think what it is about, what I'm interested in, are more, governance frameworks that can enhance legitimacy and effectiveness. And in my view, legitimacy and effectiveness are closely related with constitutional values. And that is why I'm really welcoming also René von Schomburg's definition of responsible research and innovation, because it is related to the European Treaty. And in the treaty you have these basic constitutional values.
Why do you think it's important? Firstly, the concept, but also to link it to constitutional values?
What is public policy for? It is public policy, the purposes of public policy are related to certain fundamental values of our constitutional rights, but also other issues. And I think this is a huge opportunity, responsible research and innovation, to go a step forward.
And for whom in particular do you think it's important? Is there a particular target audience?
It's the world citizens.
And does the idea remind you of any earlier concepts?
We have I have a legal background, and when you presented your project this morning, I was really struck by this when you mentioned constitutional values. I think that's what we have always as constitutional lawyers. I'm not anymore a constitutional lawyer, but what we have fought for, that to find ways to enhance them and to realize them.
So RRI might be a possibility for constitutional lawyers to get involved in the debate as well?
Yes, the broad-minded ones. There are not so many, but because I think you also have to have a very social scientist mind, because it's also one thing of empirical work and how it works in practice.
And the concept, would you say it's quite global, or would you say it's Eurocentric?
There are, I think, there's not one concept. There are many concepts. One is Eurocentric, one is US, and I think one is the Asian. So I can't tell you anything about the Asian, but I'm very curious about it, and I have contacts with China. And I had a visitor in the beginning of August, and she contacted me and she wanted to visit me because she had money. And she said, yes, I'm in responsible research and innovation, and I think you can tell me a lot. I said, no, I want to learn from you. So it might be vice versa. But it was extremely difficult to get an idea what she is understanding in this field. So it is, for me, it was a starting point. I understood that there is so much misunderstandings. It was the only lesson I took. But I think it will be very important to learn from each other. How is the constitutional values you mentioned? What are the different perspectives on that, and also on RIE?
But is there anything else you think needs to happen next to make the concept more powerful?
To understand the cultural backgrounds and the notions, because I think my guess is that what she presented was a kind of purely on effectiveness and economic growth, and I think there are so many different cultural backgrounds and ideas, and we just have to understand them and to learn from each other.